Cool! Did everyone from CashMarrow.com because nothing makes you more excited. On today's video, we're getting my Richie Games Summer 2024 update. Is the party over? Is it time to leave? And if you're new, should you give it a chance and stay? Thank you everybody so much for joining me. Really appreciate all your support. I want to ask you a quick favor. If you like videos like this where I go over ways we can make extra money on the site by doing things like playing games on your mobile device, please make sure you give this video a like, as it will get it out in front of more people and it will help us out with the good of YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. And if you could please also subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, 5,000 by the end of the year. Again, thank you everybody so much for your support. Now, I've been updating Richie Games for quite a bit. I started, well, it started this April on the app. I made my first video about how you can make about 10 bucks in a few days or about a week worth of time. And I'll link the first video in the description so you can get an idea of how the app works, because the main gripes I have about the app itself actually still remain. But there's a few new things to show here, but let me just make it real quick here. If you have been playing Richie Games like I have for a few months, whereas you've installed all the games and you've already been through some of the easy goals like with Dice Dreams and like Coin Master, so on and so forth. Well, not Coin Master, Klondike, I should say. It might be time to look for greener pastures. Just an FYI spoiler, but the one I decided to review next is Tap Champs. So, I mean, if you haven't enough money to spend on ads with Ice Cube in it, I guess, right? It might be worth your time. But I will be giving my review on that later on. If you're new to Richie Games, there is a lot to like about the app still. Unfortunately, there is a lot to not like. Again, I really recommend that you watch my initial video that I link in the pinned comment of this one. The main problem is that the app is very ad heavy, meaning that when you load up your game, well, actually, after you close your game, you will come back to the Richie app itself. Sorry, I should paraphrase that. Unless you have Richie Plus, and then you won't see the initial ad. But if you do not have Richie Plus, which is an $8 a month membership, then you will come back to the app itself. As you see here, you will see an ad play. Then it'll tell you how many coins you earned for whatever playtime you did. It'll give you the option of doubling them or keeping the initial amount. You always double, because if you don't have Richie Plus, you're going to see another ad anyways. So you're going to see at least 2 ads. And now if you hit a goal, like, let me show you here. Like one of these goals here, like complete level 2 here on Coin Chef. Then after it awards you the coins for your playtime, you'll get another prompt awarding you the coins for the goal being met, which will then show you yet another ad. So it was easier to overlook those flaws at the beginning, because I mean the payouts were freaking fantastic. I went through a couple of months where I think I was making a couple $100 on the app. So definitely the golden age of Richie Games. Through no cheating, no taking advantage of the system. Their referral programs, it's decent, but it's not like monumental like something like Womplay, for instance, or Wombat. And you can see right here. Let's see what before the leaders, the dailies, the weeklies were like in the millions, several millions. Sometimes I think even the dailies were like several millions. But there's still some people making like 10 bucks a day. Granted, that's just, again, that could be just for today. Because once you run out of tasks, then it's not as appealing. There are a lot of things that keep getting added and deleted. For example, if you're new to this, you will not get a lot of these games that you see here. You see this game launcher for Doomsday, Empires and Puzzles. All these things here are games that, not all of them, Dice Dreams is part of it, but they used to have another interface on here that awarded you for playtime, and that only lasted about a month, I believe, and then now that's gone. And now there's this rewardy thing up here, which at the moment, at least for me, it just leads me to, yeah, I'm not going to tap on that. So it's another potential interface, because it looks like the last one where you go in there and you can play games through again a white label, a second interface, and then earn money that way. They had another one also that's now gone, this Amazon Music thing. So the pay to play market is very, very saturated. It took me a while to decide to go into Tap Champs, to be honest with you, to as the next app to review. So this is a freshly re-imaged or reset phone, my OnePlus Nord N200. So all the options available to you. It's really hard for me to give the recommendation to Richie Games only because of the fact that if the with and it says permit and earn because I haven't turned on the permissions on this one. Like I said, it's just hard to reset this phone. But with all the other options that are available out there, and especially with some of them paying so much for certain tasks, it's really hard to give Richie games to recommend right now. Now, the one thing I will give to them is that their playtime awards, if you have very limited playtime per day, meaning that you just want to put in like 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here, or whatnot, it is still very, if you have a limited amount of time that you can do this while whatever you're doing, multitasking or whatever your day brings, Richie Games is still penny for penny, dollar for dollar as far as just raw playtime with the games that award you for it. Like even right now, at some point, Klondike, oh god, in the good old days, it's like 6,000 for 40 minutes of play. Again, you watch my first video, or actually the one I put is I'll put the first video on there, maybe in the second on the description of the video, but the playtime awards, and because right now for 40 minutes, by the way, the max you can play in a row and get paid for is 40 minutes is 45 minutes is 225 coins. So as you can imagine, the payouts, and also is another thing I don't like here, that I don't know if somehow my account got flagged, but now the minimum I can deduct is 30 bucks. So how long that's going to take to, I used to have the minimum of 5, now my minimum is 30 after I let my Richie Plus subscription lapse. So if you don't have a lot of time to dedicate to your pay to play, Richie Games is a good option. Again, if you just install, like I said, Klondike, Dice Dreams, June's Journey, Merch Studio, Merch Dragons, Coin Master, and the reason why I want to give I want to give an actual recommendation, but the payouts for playtime, the bonus payouts, I should say, like play 20 minutes, get 1,000, like I showed with Klondike, vary so much or just get changed so much all the time that it's hard for me to actually give you a recommend on which games to play. Just make sure you install those, play it a little bit every day, reach your goals, and eventually you'll have enough money to cash out. But if you're seeing, I recommend if you install this, and I don't know, again, it didn't used to have a minimum of 30, even when I didn't have Richie Plus. So if you install it in the minute you see it's 30, I'd say look elsewhere. But if not, it's a decent option. But to close it out, the main reason why I myself and personally, I will come back every day and do my spinner here and get my 2 free spins because I am a I hold grudges like my wife does with these kinds of things. So I thought I would be able to cash out for my $5. So I'm gonna get my pound of flesh. I'm gonna come back and get my freaking cash out at some juncture. So every day, just like I'm doing with the Benjamin app right now, I'm gonna come in here and do my spins and get my pennies, and eventually I'll be able to cash out. But all the changes, the constant changes that are just happening with the app itself, from removing ways of earning, not showing games. Like with me, sometimes I wouldn't show games. I had to like dig for them, but then I wouldn't get into the playtime bonuses, extra white label stuff to pay additional coins. The inconsistencies like that with the app is the main reason why I'm putting it on the shelf for the time being. Doesn't mean I won't come back to it eventually, because right now even misplaced on the shelf for me. But for the time being, Richie Games is on the shelf with us, and hopefully you can make a triumphant return at some point in the near future. But if you were on me on this wild ride, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you made a lot of money like I did with this app, and I'm still looking for another one, guys, because I'm currently doing Tap Champs, and I will just keep rotating, and hopefully I can find something else that's stable and pays out very well soon that I can share with you guys as well. But again, thank you everybody so much again for the support. If you have any questions, tips, comments, post them in the comments section. Go out there, play some games, make some money, spend some money, see some money, don't get boned. Get boning.